What's going on, beautiful people? I'm Corey,
And I'm Keisha.
and we are His and Herbs, and we're just some small time, soon to be big time gardeners, growing food in the high desert.
Southern California.
So we wanted to give you guys an update to show you guys what's going on in our garden, just so you can see the progress being made. So let's go.
Okay, guys, so this is our raised bed from last year that we were growing basil in, but this year it's kind of a gumbo situation. We still have a few things left in here that are going to seed, and we just decided that we weren't going to bother everything that was going to seed because we definitely need our seeds. But I got quite a bit of beets going on in here. We got some carrots in here as well.
Where?
We got carrots. They're not showing, but they're sprouting probably on the other side. We got some spinach right here. Okay. We got some kale over there. And a lot of the stuff in this bed is sprouting right now. So not a lot happening over here, but soon to come. Most of like the kale and all that stuff is left. Even the spinach is left over from winter. All right, over here we got our lovely chamomile herbs going on, which I need to go ahead and pick some of those flowers. But we got chamomile here. We got ground cherries right here. We got another ground cherry here. In this grow bag, we got some, not beets, but we got some radishes. So I sprinkle radishes everywhere. We even got some radishes in that bed. Right here, this is a Jerusalem artichoke or a sunchoke.
What was that?
Wow, what was that? Sound like something blew up. I even kind of felt like a.
It did, like a little.
Yeah. Here, sorry. Right here, we got some sage, some rosemary, and some thyme right here. I cut it down recently so we can grow it back, but it smells so fragrant.
Yeah.
Next, next to that, we have one of our elderberry trees growing right here in this grow bag that needs to be up potted.
What is she talking about, bro?
Right here, we have some celery. We have some celery growing right here. It was pretty small when I put it in, but it's getting super strong. We have more herbs here. We have more herbs here. This is parsley. And then we have some lemon balm, which I just gave it a good cut recently. We have some cilantro that is going to seed right here.
Oh, wow, that stuff smells so good.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is, but.
Behind that, we have some oregano, some chocolate mint in the next one. All these just got a nice, good clipping, so they're down quite a bit. Right here is our spearmint. It's all in this raised bed and it's growing outside of the raised bed. If you guys can see it right here. Mint spreads quite a bit.
Yeah, just smidge.
And then next to that, we have a bunch of rosemary, which has been recently cut as well. In this planter, we have our butterfly bush, which is the flowers are about to start blooming soon, and it's going to just smell amazing. And on the opposite side, we have some red geranium. I love growing things that are just medicinal. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going next? Right here, we have our almond tree, and she's doing pretty good. Corey went ahead and insulated just about everything with some straw. So everything is nice and protected. Right here, and I want to show you guys this now because whatever we planted in this pot, the tomatoes we planted in this pot last year really went crazy and wild and gave us so much. So we decided to grow another tomato in here because it's a self-watering planter, and the last one did really good. Right here we have some Jamaica growing, or some Jamaican Roselle. All right, so down here we got a bunch of different types of beans growing. I just kind of clustered them down there. We stay, like, we're growing on 1,500 feet, in an urban, 1,500 square feet in an urban setting. So I've just been finding places to plug in whatever we can so that we can feed our size family.
And if you guys remember from that video where we pulled the onions, this is where the onions were. So it was out with old and with the new.
Back here we have our grape tree, which did excellent last year, and she is climbing all the way up this gate, and that's what we want her to do. We also have another Jamaica right here next to this grape, and then we have another grape right here, and I believe she's a Concord.
Yes.
And look at her going. She's going up the gate. She's going up the fence too. This is our desert golden peach tree. She had a lot of peaches on her, but we have a lot of wind blowing this year. The weather has just been kind of,
Up and down.
it's been different.
It was hot last week, and then this week we're in the 70s.
This is our Santa Rosa, and we don't have a pollinator for her, but she is putting out
plums.
Nonetheless. So somebody got her. Somebody pollinated her. All right, so guys, this is the part of the strawberry patch. Corey planted quite a few different ones in these beds, and he also planted some of the ones that he grew on the inside, and we're rooting for you. We are rooting for you. Right here, this little baby right here, we planted from seed. So we are rooting for you.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
I got a lot of random things. I call it guerrilla planting. Guerrilla gardening. That's that you heard it first here, y'all. I call it guerrilla gardening, and I go and I find a little area to plug it in, because like when we run out of space, we still want to grow more. So it's all about like being creative and finding other places to plant more and more and more food, guys. I have another one on the other side right there. That's GG for guerrilla gardening, y'all. Get it in.
This ain't nothing, is it?
No, that's nothing. You pull it. Oh. So this is my from seed to harvest squash that I did, and that one looks the best, and it's the biggest so far. It doesn't have anything really hindering it from growing. So that one is coming along just fine.
Keep our eyes open for squash. What else? Is that a sunflower?
It looks like a sunflower. We need to take it out.
Volunteer?
Take it out and put it over there with you. In this one, there's one in the middle of there.
You gotta wait till I get on it.
Now this one, there's two collard greens that decided to grow on each side of this squash. So yeah, I didn't mess with them. So that one growth is a bit hindered because of that. And remember, I planted all these at the same time. This here is still from last year. This is 1,000 head kale, and I'm sorry, not from last year, but from the winter. So this one is still hanging in there, hasn't gone to seed yet. Right here we have a candy griller growing right here, and she was suffering. She was in intensive care for a minute, but I did some special stuff for her by putting her up under this screening, and look at her, she's really healthy right now. And on the side of her, we got some carrots growing all around her. Here's another one growing, and I put it right here on purpose because this is another candy griller, and I put it right here on purpose so it can go ahead and start growing. And y'all, it will go all the way up this trellis. So if you trellis it, give it a lot of space to crawl. All right, so right here we have our burdock root, and I love to throw medicinals in wherever I can. Burdock root needs it needs height to grow, so depth. It needs depth to grow. So That's why that's in a super tall container. And in the green buckets in front of that, all of these are cucumbers. Those are the smallest ones are lemon cucumbers right there. And right here we have some Boston pickling cucumbers. They haven't come up yet. And guys, we're still a work in progress. We're still planting stuff, but this is just once again what we have so far and at this point. We still have beans growing from the fall as well, and I'm just leaving them alone and letting them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
These are from last
Yeah,
year?
these are from last year. And I'm just because they're coming back to life and they're giving us beans, so I'm leaving them alone. And look at how fat that is. That's nice.
That's beautiful.
I'm letting them do their thing, and I'm picking them so I can encourage them to grow, because when you pick them, they know that you want them to produce more and more and more.
So what kind of beans are these?
These are some snow peas, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
So we can assume that snow peas are perennial.
They just never went away. They never went away. And in this, we're also using this raised bed for our elderberry. We have quite a few elderberry cuttings here, and we want to take these out and plant them somewhere else in the garden, but we were going ahead and propagating them right where they are. This is some stuff that I'm super excited about. These are our garlic. You guys saw us do our garlic video, but we have so much left over in these two raised beds, which I can't wait to get to them. No, I can't wait, but I'm excited to get to them and go ahead and harvest those. They look like they're almost coming up on that time to where it's time to harvest.
Yeah, nah, these I mistreated these two. I didn't fertilize much.
It's okay. They're still going to serve the purpose. All right, guys, what you see in this big black bin are potatoes. So we have quite a bit of potatoes that we planted this year. They're everywhere, and for a family of our size, this is going to be like much needed, because potatoes is a nice little sit on your ribs type of situation. Okay, y'all see? Yeah, I can see them looking like Easter eggs. Right here, I'm sad to say R.I.P. R.I.P. I mean, they're still alive, but a little bit. But the wind took our guava plant, our guava tree, our pineapple guava tree, just took them. I hope that she recovers. I don't know anything about a tree being taken down that far and recovering, but we'll find out. But what I did for now is I went ahead and planted a tomato here, and she's a sun gold. And we have tomatoes, guys. She has a lot of room in this container to grow and just flourish. Right here, we also have I got some holy basil growing. I noticed last year I planted basil with my tomatoes, and the tomatoes just did really good. Really, really good. All right, so since I'm facing this big bed that we have in the middle, pretty much everything that you see here is tomato plants. So I think we fit about 60 tomato plants in this middle bed. So me and Corey try to split up the duties, and this here is definitely, I've taken on this as my little duty here, the tomatoes. Every year gets better with the tomatoes for me. And this year we're growing the most. Every year we do something big. And this year is tomatoes. Last year it was squash. So this year it's tomatoes. And so far, you want to show them some of our tomatoes? Which one had tomatoes growing it? So far, so good. See if I can zoom in. If y'all see that tomato hanging on there.
Doing all right.
There she go. There she go. There she go. So I'm excited about this little project here in the middle. Just about as excited as Corey is up on that watermelon mountain.
Yeah. Yes, we know that these need to be pruned some more.
Yeah, we know they need to be pruned, and it's time to get them trellised on up, because they're just kind of starting to grow by leaps and bounds now.
Another tomato right there.
We got another tomato right there.
Yeah, they coming coming in.
They coming in, y'all. We have all different types of varieties down here. All different types of varieties. I didn't know I loved tomatoes so much until I started purchasing tomatoes from one of our lovely neighbors here, Miss Lakeisha at Saving Greens Homestead here on YouTube. She grows so many varieties that you just be like, what? I didn't even know there was that many varieties of tomatoes. But thanks to her, we're growing more tomatoes. And I mean, hey,